I'm going to show you how to find and order from clothing manufacturers in a step-by-step guide in this video. I'm not going to sell you anything. Everything's going to be completely free. I'm going to walk you through A through Z. And this is the same strategy that all our clients are using to find manufacturers in our program. You can see right here, here's one of our clients that did a little over $28 million in the last 365. This strategy is going to show you guys how to find anything from hoodies to streetwear clothes to shoes to high-end dresses to outdoors, pretty much all niches that you're going to have inside the clothing brand space in general. I'm going to show you how to never get scammed again by a clothing manufacturer, how to get amazing quality with fast delivery times, again, for every single clothing niche, and get professional manufacturers that you can rely on without selling you anything. And when you're able to find an amazing manufacturer for your brand, or if you want some help in working with me one-on-one, you can go and apply for that link down in the description and go apply to work with us one-on-one. This is the #1 way to never get scammed again, is by using Alibaba. So I'll walk you guys through the first thing you want to do is select your niche of clothing that you're in. So when you go to Alibaba, you're going to go to a site that looks something similar to this. You want to go in and select this manufacturers tab right here. Okay. And then from there, you type in whatever kind of brand you're trying to do, right? So if you're a streetwear brand, if you're making lingerie or swimwear, whatever you're doing, type that in, the kind of niche. We're going to do streetwear just for the example of the video, but again, this covers pretty much every niche in clothing that you can have. So from here, you're going to want to make sure you type in trade assurance. Select this filter right here. And then I personally also select verified pro supplier to make sure you're working with people who are verified on the platform itself. All Alibaba is just a marketplace for businesses to gain and have clients to go and get more clients. That's all it is. Okay. It's an amazing platform. Trade assurance is a way, again, to make sure you're never getting scammed again. You don't have to send your client or your manufacturer money in a bank transfer and just pray and cross your fingers that he ends up delivering. What trade assurance does is it puts the money in escrow, basically meaning the manufacturer doesn't get paid until you approve the actual order and you're happy with everything and there's nothing needed to be changed. If you're not, you always have the ability to get your full refund and make the manufacturer go in and change for whatever happens. So it gives you leverage that you're gonna need, that I see all too often. People go out, they get scammed by manufacturers because they're not doing something like trade assurance or buying with PayPal goods and services. Again, never recommend ordering from a manufacturer with a wire. So the cool thing is you can go through and select the supplier or region and any other kind of manufacturing kind of certifications or, delivery time, response time, is reorder rate, and kind of go in and select your filters accordingly. I personally just go with the first two, trade assurance and verified pro, and that gets me what I need to do, because the second step, we're going to go in, we're going to message a ton of suppliers. Again, the more the merrier. I would recommend you guys going out and messaging at least 30 to 50 manufacturers. And what you're going to do, and I'm going to show you the actual thing that you're going to send. I'm going to have the full template that we're going to walk through inside of this video, but I'm going to break it down. You're going to ask them detailed questions to make sure they're an actual good fit for your needs. So we're going to ask things like, what is your minimum order quality, right? How much is a sample for this tech pack, right? Or this product that I'm trying to order? How long will it take to be done? What is your average time to complete with pieces, right? What is your average price for 100 to 500 to 1,000 pieces? This right here is a really good negotiation tactic. So again, I've been ordering from manufacturers for years now, and you got to know these prices that they're giving you are all negotiable. It's just like buying a used car. You go in, they say one price, they're hoping to get that price. You're an American, you have money. Well, maybe you're an American watching this video, right? But they assume you have money and you're this loaded American. So again, their price always has price to go down. So how I do it is I say, hey, if I were to order 100 pieces, how much would it cost? If I were to order 500, how much would it cost? If I were to order 1,000, how much would it cost? You'll see that each time you'll get a different quote for each of these. And that just basically means the more you buy, the better price they're able to give you, because you're spending more money. That's their incentive to have you buy more pieces. And as you get closer to about 500 or 1,000, you'll get to really see the true amount of money that they need to make to be able to break even on your actual piece. And this is kind of what I would go for. So for instance, if they say $50 per piece at 100, right? At 500, if it's 30 per piece, and at 1,000 pieces, it's 25, it costs them actually probably somewhere around $23, $24 to make it. right? And you can probably go in around like $25 to $27 instead of buying that same 100 piece, right, at $50 price per piece. It gets you a nice negotiation tactic. Be like, hey, we're going to work together for a very long time. Can we do this order, at the price per piece that you do for 1,000 pieces, but I order 100 pieces, right? And if it's great quality, I'll order more. And it incentivizes them in that long-term kind of relationship that you're trying to build. They know they're going to be able to get more money from you in the future. More business means more money for them and better rates for you. Okay. So the message template that you're actually going to want to send looks something similar to this, right? So you'll go in, and you can change this how you want to, but this is what I would recommend. Go in, say, hi, I'm whatever your brand is. So I just did a streetwear Christian brand. So I'm a Christian hoodie. I have some important questions to see if we can work together long term. Again, emphasis on the long term. Again, go in, ask all those questions. All right. Hope we can work together for a long time. I'll send you more details on the sample now. And that's when you'll include your tech pack inside of this message right here. Again, send that to 30 or 50 suppliers. Now, while we're on the topic of what a tech pack is and making sure you send a tech pack, you have to understand they deliver pretty much all around the same if you have a very detailed tech pack. I don't find some manufacturers to be dramatically better than others as long as you have a very detailed and in-depth tech pack. So this is an example of what a tech pack could look like for you. If you don't have a tech pack already made, perfectly fine. Go to a site like Fiverr and have someone make a tech pack for your piece for, 15, 30, 45 bucks, whatever, right? Also, we can help you out working with us. We help all our clients make the tech. We have all our internal manufacturers. If you work with Sanders Consulting, again, if you want to work with us one-on-one, we'll help with the manufacturing. We have all our internal manufacturers. We'll do all the tech pack stuff for you. Link for that to apply for that down in the description. But just make sure your tech pack is very detailed. It has things like the size charts, the GSM, vector images of your actual design, very close-ups, right? A size chart. And then just goes in and just talks about everything from like the measurements to the trims to literally every single thing that you can think of. The more the merrier. Just make it like a blueprint. You're an architect and you're giving out a blueprint, telling builders to go build it. They need something very crystal clear. So I'm going to copy this message and just walk you through how I would go in and message. So I would go through, right? Have this verified in Trade Assurance. And you can see stuff like their online revenue, average response time, on-time delivery. Again, like these people have a 98% on-time delivery and the reorder rate is a 15%. But these guys have 98% and a 22% reorder rate, which means more people are rebuying, right? They also have more online revenue than these guys, which may mean that these guys are a little bit more established. They've dealt with more pieces. You can see if I was a streetwear brand, I can see the kind of pieces that they have. I can also see their factory, what kind of equipment they're using, and make sure that they can handle my needs. And then we'll click chat now right here, and I will just go in and send this message. And you send this message, include your back alongside of that, send that, and go out 30, 40, 50, even more manufacturers, and just go out and send these messages. Now you're gonna have a ton of manufacturers that you're gonna have to filter out. I don't recommend you ordering from 30 to 50 manufacturers. It's gonna cost a lot, right? So how do you narrow it down? What I personally look for, okay, is the most important thing is a quick response time. The worst thing to have happen is ordering from manufacturing and just waiting days or weeks for them to respond. Although you're using Alibaba, you will have trade assurance, so you won't get scammed. You want to make sure that response time is quick. You also want to make sure the pricing for samples and bulk order is reasonable and never go with the cheapest manufacturer. It means lowest quality, contrary to popular belief. And obviously you don't go for the most expensive. I try to find like the middle, cheapest kind of people who have very professional equipment and look like they can make my bees. And then another great thing, some manufacturers will, some won't. They'll expedite production on samples. So if they have it, it's just always a good thing to have. And then just making sure they're professional in their responses. I would also recommend ordering from multiple manufacturers at once. Again, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. Although you should be able to get a really good manufacturer on the first try, it always helps to have a second and a third option afterwards. This is the strategy and what I would recommend on how to find a very high quality manufacturer. And again, with our brands and everyone that we work with has used to find really good manufacturers. If you want to apply to work with us so we can help you scale your clothing brand, the link for that is down in the description. That's all I got for you guys in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.